There's a truth most people will never understand. They'll live their lives in quiet desperation, convinced that wealth is something only a few rare individuals can attain. Something that's reserved for the lucky, the privileged, the fortunate few. They'll believe that money is a game played by others, governed by rules they can't possibly fathom. And that belief, that lie, will keep them trapped in mediocrity. But what if everything they've been taught is wrong? What if I told you that wealth isn't a matter of luck, and it's not a matter of being in the right place at the right time? What if I told you that the secret to limitless wealth is not found in the world around you, but in the mind within you? The truth is, wealth begins in your mind. Everything you see, every material thing you desire, everything you will ever accomplish, whether it's financial freedom, personal growth, or the ability to create generational change, begins with one fundamental, irrefutable fact. How you think about wealth will determine whether you ever experience it. You can spend your whole life working hard, following the same old paths, grinding away like everyone else. Or you can decide right now that your journey will be different. You can decide that your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions will be aligned with wealth, not as a distant goal, but as a present reality. The question isn't whether wealth is possible. The question is, what kind of wealth are you willing to create? Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." What did he mean? He meant that in the pursuit of wealth, knowledge alone is not enough. What's truly powerful is the imagination, the ability to see what others cannot see, to visualize a reality that doesn't yet exist. The men and women who have created empires, who have built legacies that span generations, didn't start with a blueprint. They started with a vision fueled by their imagination and their relentless belief that what they imagined could become real. Think of Thomas Edison, who didn't just invent the light bulb, but revolutionized the world. Think of Henry Ford, who transformed the automobile industry and reshaped modern society. They didn't start with money. They didn't start with the resources. They started with a vision, a relentless belief in their own ability to create something that didn't exist. And that's the key. You have to think like they did. You have to see what doesn't exist yet and make it your mission to bring it into reality. The world's most successful minds don't ask, "How can I get money?" They ask, "How can I create something of value that will change the world, and in doing so, create wealth?" They don't chase the money, they chase the purpose. The money follows. But here's the thing, it won't be easy, and you won't be alone in your struggle. But that's what sets the wealthy apart. The wealthiest people in the world are not the ones who never struggled. They are the ones who turned their struggles into the very foundation of their success. The wealthiest minds didn't wait for the perfect moment. They didn't wait for the economy to be just right, or for the market to be in their favor. They took action, even when the odds were stacked against them. You have to be willing to do the same. Clarity of purpose. Most people struggle because they don't know what they want. They're floating through life, hoping for a lucky break, but never truly defining their purpose. They think they're too small to make a difference, or that their dreams are too big to reach. But this is the lie that keeps them stuck. You must have clarity. You must define what you want. And I'm not talking about the vague notion of success. I want to be rich, or I want to be successful. I'm talking about a clear, unwavering vision of what wealth means to you. How much wealth do you want? What will you do with it? How will you impact the world with the resources you create? Get specific. This is where many people fail. They spend their time focused on the wrong things, on what they don't want, on what they can't do, on how hard things are. Instead, focus on what you can do. Focus on what's within your control. Focus on the vision you will bring to life. Think about the greats of history. Einstein himself wasn't just a brilliant mind in science. He was a visionary who understood that the world could be better if only people would think differently. He didn't just solve equations. He saw the world through a different lens, a lens that made the impossible possible. And that's the kind of clarity you need. Clarity about the future you want to create. Clarity about your ability to make it happen. Clarity about the power of your mind to unlock the doors to limitless wealth. The power of discipline and consistency. Clarity is the starting point, but without discipline, without consistent, relentless action, that vision will remain just a vision. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what makes all the difference between those who talk about success and those who actually achieve it. You cannot be passive in your pursuit of wealth. You cannot simply wish for it. You must earn it. And the most important thing you can do is show up every single day, even when it's hard. Because here's the truth. Wealth doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who work, who grind, who push forward when everyone else is sitting back. Look at the lives of the world's wealthiest individuals. Every single one of them, from Warren Buffett to Elon Musk, embodies the power of discipline. They have spent years, decades even, cultivating the habits, the routines, and the mindset that have propelled them to the top. They don't make excuses. They don't give in to doubt. They take consistent, determined action every single day. The wealthy understand that every small action compounds. Every little step, no matter how insignificant it seems in the moment, adds up. Over time, these small, consistent actions lead to massive results. You must make the decision today that you will no longer be a spectator in your own life. You must show up for your future, not once in a while, but every single day. Every action counts. Every moment is an opportunity to create something greater. The role of resilience now, as you take those daily actions, you will face challenges. You will encounter setbacks, obstacles, and failures. And many people will quit at this point. They will give up, telling themselves that it's just not meant to be. But this is where the wealthiest minds are separated from the rest. They don't see failure as a roadblock. They see it as feedback. They see it as the greatest teacher. Resilience is the secret weapon of the truly wealthy. Resilience is what makes them continue, even when they're knocked down. It's what allows them to rise again, stronger than before. And it's what will allow you to do the same. Because wealth doesn't come without resistance. It doesn't come without hardship. But that's where the growth happens. That's where you evolve. That's where the magic occurs. The more you face adversity and learn to overcome it, the stronger you become. And in the end, the wealth you build will be a reflection of your ability to endure, to adapt, and to rise above. But you can't let the hard times break you. You have to let them shape you. You have to let them transform you into the person who is worthy of wealth, who has earned it. And as you do this, you will realize that wealth isn't just about money, it's about growth. It's about resilience. It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves the success they seek. Conclusion. So, what is the secret to limitless wealth? It's clarity, it's discipline, it's resilience, and above all, it's the unwavering belief that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of achieving it, and that nothing, no matter how difficult, will ever stop you. You are not bound by your circumstances. You are not limited by your past. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The wealth you seek is waiting for you, if only you are willing to take the first step, and then the next, and the next, until you have walked the path to greatness. You are destined for more. You were born to create, to build, to leave a legacy. The secret to limitless wealth is inside you, and all you need to do is unlock it. Rise, take action, and claim what is yours. Because wealth is not just for the lucky, it's for those who are ready to earn it, to work for it, and to create it with their own hands. Now is the time. The secret is yours to unlock. Now that you understand the importance of clarity, discipline, and resilience, let's delve deeper into the untapped power you haven't yet fully realized. Wealth isn't simply an external accumulation of resources. It's a manifestation of your internal belief system, your values, and your relentless pursuit of greatness. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees opportunity in every challenge, a mindset that thrives on innovation and creativity. And here's the thing, the wealthy don't think like the masses. They don't approach problems the way the average person does. They look at challenges as puzzles, opportunities to create something that didn't exist before. They understand that wealth isn't just about having money, it's about creating systems, building empires, and establishing legacies. It's about solving problems and finding value in places others never even think to look. Think about the way the greatest minds in history have viewed wealth. Take Steve Jobs. He didn't build Apple just to make money. He built Apple because he saw a future where technology could change the way we live, work, and connect. His goal wasn't just profit, it was transformation. The wealth that came with Apple wasn't the end goal. It was the result of creating something that had massive value for humanity. This is the mindset of the wealthy. Wealth is a byproduct of value creation. You don't get rich by focusing on getting rich. You get rich by focusing on solving problems, offering value, and changing the world in meaningful ways. Every person who has ever created real wealth, from Bill Gates to Oprah Winfrey, has made it because they provided something invaluable to the world. What problem are you going to solve? What void are you going to fill? How will you leave the world better than you found it? These are the questions you need to answer. When you shift your focus from money to impact, you unlock an entirely new way of thinking. You stop seeing wealth as a chase and start seeing it as a natural consequence of doing something extraordinary. The power of focus and vision. Now, let's talk about focus. It's a word that gets thrown around often, but what does it really mean? Focus is the ability to eliminate distractions and put your energy toward what matters most. It's about aligning your thoughts, energy, and efforts with your vision. Imagine a laser beam. It's a focused point of energy that can cut through the toughest material. That's what focus does for your life. Without focus, your energy gets scattered and your efforts are diluted. The people who achieve extraordinary wealth don't scatter their attention. They don't get distracted by shiny objects. They know where they're going, and they relentlessly pursue that vision with unwavering focus, day in and day out. Take Elon Musk, for instance. His vision of a sustainable future is so clear that he's been able to build Tesla, SpaceX, and other ventures from the ground up. His ability to focus on his vision, no matter how audacious it may have seemed, is the reason why he's one of the wealthiest men in the world. He didn't waver when things got tough. He didn't allow distractions to take him off course. He stayed laser-focused on the bigger picture, and as a result, he created wealth in ways most people couldn't even imagine. But this focus doesn't just happen. It's something you must cultivate. You must intentionally guard your time, your energy, and your attention. Every time you allow yourself to be distracted by trivial matters, you are losing precious moments that could have been spent working toward your vision. Time is your most valuable asset, and how you use it determines the level of success you will achieve. To master focus, you must align your daily habits with your long-term goals. Create a routine that supports your vision. Spend your time with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who push you to become better. Limit your exposure to negativity, to people who doubt you, to things that drain your energy. Your environment shapes your results, and when you're focused, your results will speak for themselves. The art of leveraging opportunity, you see. True wealth is about leveraging opportunities. It's about being able to spot the chances that others miss. But this requires a deep understanding of both your unique strengths and the landscape around you. You must learn to leverage your time, your network, your knowledge, and your resources in ways that create exponential returns. Look at Warren Buffett. He didn't become one of the richest men in the world by working harder than everyone else. He became rich by investing his money wisely, by spotting opportunities in the stock market that others couldn't see. Buffett leveraged his understanding of value and risk in ways that allowed him to compound wealth over time. He made calculated, strategic moves, focusing on long-term growth rather than short-term gains. So, how do you leverage opportunities? First, you must understand that opportunities are everywhere. They are in the conversations you have, in the challenges you face, in the new ideas that cross your mind. The trick is to recognize them and take action on them when others are too afraid to. Opportunities are fleeting. They don't wait for you to be ready. They don't wait for the perfect moment. But the wealthy know how to spot them, and they are willing to take calculated risks that the average person would avoid. The importance of financial intelligence. Next, let's talk about financial intelligence. You can't create limitless wealth without understanding how money works. It's not just about making money, it's about managing it, multiplying it, and growing it. The wealthy don't just work for money, they make their money work for them. They understand how to invest, how to save, and how to multiply their wealth. They understand that the secret to wealth lies in their ability to use money as a tool, not as a goal in itself. That's why the wealthiest people in the world prioritize financial education. They read books, they attend seminars, they surround themselves with financial experts who can help them understand the markets, the economy, and how to make smart financial decisions. And here's the truth. If you want to join the ranks of the wealthy, you must invest in your financial education. You must learn how to make money work for you. You must understand the power of compound interest, of passive income, and of building multiple streams of revenue. These are the tools that will allow you to create wealth that lasts. Take action and never stop evolving. But all the knowledge in the world won't matter if you don't take action. The greatest minds in history were successful, not because they had all the answers, but because they acted on their ideas. They didn't wait for the perfect plan. They didn't wait for everything to fall into place. They took risks, they learned from their failures, and they never stopped evolving. You must adopt the same mindset. You must act, even when you don't have all the answers. You must be willing to make mistakes, because those mistakes are what will teach you the lessons you need to succeed. You are the master of your own fate. You have the power to create limitless wealth, to change your life, and to leave a legacy that will impact generations. But it all starts with you. It starts with your belief in yourself, your clarity of purpose, your discipline, and your willingness to take action. The secret to limitless wealth is not a mystery. It's a decision. A decision to think differently. A decision to act boldly. A decision to never stop growing, never stop learning, and never stop believing that the wealth you desire is already on its way to you. You may be wondering, how do I take that first step? How do I shift from dreaming about wealth to creating it? The answer is simpler than you think. It all begins with commitment. Commitment is the secret ingredient that separates the average from the extraordinary. It's the driving force behind every breakthrough, every success story, and every individual who's managed to transform their lives. Think about it. The truly wealthy don't stop when they encounter setbacks. They don't quit when they face adversity. They're not daunted by failure. They see failure as a stepping stone to success. When Walt Disney faced bankruptcy, when his own family doubted his dream, he didn't quit. He stayed committed. When Henry Ford was ridiculed for his ideas about cars and mass production, he didn't stop. He stayed committed. It was their commitment to their vision that ultimately led them to success. And it's that same commitment that will lead you to yours. It doesn't matter how hard the journey seems, how impossible the road ahead might look. If you remain committed to your vision, there is no obstacle that can stand in your way. Commitment requires resilience, yes, but it also requires faith in yourself, your ideas, and the future that you're creating. Every time you face a challenge, every time you feel like giving up, remind yourself, this is the moment that will define me. This is the moment when you prove to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are capable of extraordinary things. Mastering your mindset. Now, let's dive deeper into your mindset, the very foundation of your wealth creation. The truth is, the mindset of the wealthy is vastly different from the mindset of the average person. The wealthy understand that their thoughts create their reality. They understand the immense power of belief. Your thoughts are more powerful than you realize. They shape your actions, your decisions, and ultimately, your results. When you consistently think big, believe in your success, and visualize the life you want to create, your mind starts to look for opportunities that align with your beliefs. On the other hand, when you doubt yourself, when you think small, when you focus on limitations, your mind will only find the obstacles in your way. This is why the wealthy prioritize their mindset above all else. They don't allow negativity, fear, or doubt to control their thoughts. Instead, They fill their minds with empowering beliefs, positive affirmations, and a sense of unwavering self-confidence. But cultivating the right mindset takes work. It's not enough to just think positive for a day or two. It's about consistently reprogramming your mind to focus on abundance, to see the world through the lens of possibility. Every day, you have to remind yourself that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of achieving greatness, and that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. But it wasn't failure that defined him. It was his unwavering belief that he would succeed. He believed in his ideas so deeply that failure became irrelevant. Every failure was simply a step toward the result he knew was possible. And you can do the same. You have the power to reshape your reality, starting with your thoughts. The wealth of time. One of the most valuable assets you have is time. Time is the one resource that, once spent, can never be regained. Every minute you waste, every hour you allow to slip by unproductively, is an hour you will never get back. The wealthy understand the value of their time better than anyone else. They don't squander their time on meaningless distractions. They use it strategically, focusing on activities that move them closer to their goals. Take a moment to ask yourself, how are you using your time? Are you investing it in actions that will build your wealth and your future? Or are you allowing it to slip away on things that don't serve your vision? Every successful person has one thing in common. They make time work for them. They don't just work hard, they work smart. They leverage their time by creating systems, delegating tasks, and focusing on high-leverage activities that drive results. This is your challenge. Start looking at your time as a tool for wealth creation. Every moment is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, to build the life you desire. Don't waste another second on things that don't bring you closer to the success you deserve. The power of strategic relationships. Next, let's talk about the power of relationships. Wealthy people don't build their empires in isolation. They build them with the help of a powerful network. They surround themselves with like-minded individuals who support their vision, challenge their thinking, and help them grow. If you're serious about creating limitless wealth, you must surround yourself with people who elevate you, not bring you down. You need mentors, collaborators, and partners who can help you unlock new opportunities. But it's not just about who you know. It's about what you know together. Successful people know that the most powerful opportunities often come from the relationships they build. You're not just leveraging your own skills and talents. You're leveraging the knowledge, resources, and perspectives of others. Think about Andrew Carnegie. He didn't build the steel industry alone. He surrounded himself with brilliant minds, with people who were smarter, more experienced, and more innovative than he was. He understood that the key to building wealth is collaboration and strategic alliances. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they people who push you toward your goals, or are they people who hold you back? You must choose your inner circle wisely, for they will have a profound impact on your success. The final truth: you are the creator of your reality. Here's the final truth you must internalize. You are the creator of your own reality. The life you live today is the result of the choices you've made up until now. The wealth you have or don't have is a reflection of your beliefs, your actions, and your mindset. But the beauty of this truth is that you can change it at any time. You have the power to shift your thoughts, your actions, and your reality. You are not bound by your past circumstances. You are not defined by the challenges you faced. You are defined by what you choose to do today, this very moment. If you're ready to create limitless wealth, it starts now. It starts with you deciding that you are worthy of abundance. It starts with you committing to your vision, cultivating the mindset of the wealthy, and taking action. No matter how small the steps may seem, your journey to wealth will not be easy, but it will be worth it. And the greatest reward isn't just the money, it's the person you become along the way. The resilience, the discipline, the confidence, and the power you cultivate on this journey will last far longer than any paycheck. So, embrace the process, stay committed, stay focused, and know that the wealth you seek is already within your reach. It is waiting for you to step into your greatness, to claim what is rightfully yours. The secret to limitless wealth is already inside of you. Now it's time to unlock it. The choice is yours. The power is yours. Your destiny is in your hands.